Shall we just stop teasing everyone and talk about the greatest trailer that's been released in years?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd call it the greatest trailer that's been released in years, but it was a good trailer.
Yeah, the Thor Ragnarok one.
Yes.
That's probably the best trailer I've seen in years. I agree. Let's talk about that. But the film's been up for a while. That seems weird.
Have you gone back and watched the trailer? It's still good.
That Cynthia business is
Newsflash, great trailer, still great, months later. But what you may not know is that Infinity War had a trailer recently.
Yes.
I don't know if you saw that.
I saw that, and I'm just going to sneak in a news story here.
I thought you said news was done.
News was done, but this is directly linked to the trailer.
As long as it's not news.
It's a fact.
Okay, a new fact. I'm watching you.
It's only one factor, so it's not news. It's just new.
Yeah, it is officially it had the most views of any trailer for its first 24 hours across the multiple channels it was posted. And including the premiere on Good Morning America, in the first 24 hours, 230 million views.
Previous record holder was It. I think which had 179.
Yeah, 179
million.
You are correct. Million.
It's quite the jump.
Blew it out of the water.
Quite the jump.
Look, when we're talking about these big movies, we're talking in millions.
And the previous Marvel record holder was Thor Ragnarok, which I think had 127 million.
Yes.
So this is almost double that.
Yeah.
Well, this is the thing they've essentially been building up to.
Yeah, no, but I mean,
and my question is, if this is what they've been building up to, what is Avengers 4 going to be?
They had a full emotional 2-minute plus teaser trailer for the trailer was the day before.
Pretty much as long as the trailer.
Yeah.
Building up and saying this is coming tomorrow. I mean, I could not wait. I was absolutely free. I couldn't focus on anything else after that teaser. That's marketing 101.
Yeah, I was sitting there at home and see, what's this, a teaser for the and I watched it. I was like, just people reacting to all the trailers, and I'm like, and they're like, it's coming tomorrow. I'm like, Jesus, take the wheel. I'm done. Just get me to that trailer.
I just sat there and hit hit refresh for the next 24 hours. Got nothing else done. Replaced my keyboard midway through the night. Kept going.
No.
And boy, did it deliver.
Oh yeah!
Oh my lord!
What an outstanding! What I really like about it is it's a slow burn trailer.
Yes.
Yeah, two things I'm worried about that we'll get to.
Yeah, but it's a
Will we get to them?
Yes, we will.
No, we'll probably go off on some tangents.
Of course we will. It's a really slow burn trailer. I told you I went and sourced that leaked Comic-Con trailer.
Which I've also seen.
Comic-Con trailer, did you manage to watch it? It looks a lot more like a traditional, the one with
it's much more Guardians
with the Guardian.
Yeah.
Very Guardians focused. There's comedy in there. There's a lot of scenes from this trailer, but alternate parts of those scenes. There's some shared footage. Well, it's quite a bit of shared footage, but it's got a very different tone. It's a very traditional hype trailer.
Yeah.
And I think they didn't need to do the over the top, hype trailer. They didn't show the full all the Avengers.
Yeah. No,
I was thinking about when the logo comes up at the end of the trailer with the music, and I got goosebumps again. Just thought I'd...
So they've got the theme in there, which is great. It's got the sort of dark feeling. It's got that really great voiceover. Yeah. But there's no point in that trailer where you see all the in Ultron's trailer or
you don't get that.
Ultron's trailer
the closest
pose.
Which I thought, oh shit, they gave away the climax, and it's that's the opening fucking scene. But they don't give away a thing like that where you see all the Avengers in one scene, doing the whole epic thing. Yeah. It's still very much everyone all split off and separate.
Yeah, you see a couple of them 1v1ing Thanos.
Yeah, and so that's it. You don't see the big assembled thing, and I think that's great because they've got so much material to then go in February or in early January or whatever to go and do a second trailer.
I would be surprised.
No, not January. I'd probably Feb.
I'd say Feb. I'd be surprised if they didn't attach
a new trailer
with Black Panther.
Yes. That's a very good point, actually. Because I was wondering, are they going to attach it to Last Jedi? Are they going to attach it to Black Panther. Black Panther seemed too late, so I thought Last Jedi would be it. But I do think around the time of
oh god, I
Black
do hope that it's attached to our Prince of the Last Jedi.
Oh, it better.
I'm
better
sure
be.
it will be.
I'm actually. We're going to Last Jedi on my birthday. I'm actually going to call them and tell them, like, look, it's my birthday. You better have it.
What I
You find a way.
What's interesting though is just in retrospect is this trailer's got a lot of Black Panther.
Yeah, quite a bit of Black Panther.
It's got a whole
which
bunch.
I like.
Well,
So,
that's because a bunch of the important stuff happens in Wakanda.
Yeah, I mean,
So, like,
I mean,
No, fair enough.
Can we go into maybe spoiler territory?
Well, yeah, I think we can
With the
speculate,
T-
but
speculate.
I think but it's interesting because it almost doubles as a trailer for Black Panther.
yeah, you're right.
For the Black
Like
Panther
it builds more hype for the Black Panther
yeah,
movie,
which is why I actually thought at first I thought like, wow, there's a lot of like Black Panther in here. Whereas what I'd heard and then subsequently saw is that the Comic-Con trailer was very Guardians-y.
Yes.
because what was coming out around the time of Comic-Con?
Guardians.
That was next on their slate.
But that's the thing is, and then I thought like, oh, okay, cool, that actually does make sense. And so it doubles as a Black Panther trailer.
Which is great because I fucking love that, man.
Yeah. No, that looks absolutely hype.
They are a well-oiled hype machine.
Yeah, and I'm totally buying
even
into it.
Engage all defenses.
Even their trailer had a stinger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like,
they almost always do now as well.
Yeah.
evacuate the city. Engage all defenses. And get that man a shield.
So so Jason, you're because I mean I could just sit here and just like splurge all day.
So
Yeah,
the
so
two
could
things
I.
that bother me a little bit. One of them, I know why they've done it, and it's the redesign of Thanos from what they've shown us from the films before and what they have now. Like, I understand that they've done it for the better like facial capture of Josh Brolin.
Yes.
But
Is that their official stance?
I think it. I don't know if that's.
I
their
doubt
official
that's their
stance. That's
official
what I'm
stance. I mean,
taking.
like the thing is, like if that's quote
Look,
an
that's
excuse
are you
unquote.
the way
talking about-
I'm justifying
No,
it in my head.
Are you-
that wouldn't make any sense if you watched any of the Planet of the Apes films.
Yeah.
Like that.
Are you what aspect of the Thanos redesign is bothering you?
I actually
They've made him less purple. They've gotten rid of the armor, and basically.
Well,
just made him
remember
look
you-
like
Okay,
Stone Cold Steve
I actually have a quote from Anthony and Joe Russo about the lack of armor. They actually did
Yeah.
address it in an interview. Basically, I'm gonna paraphrase here because I read it like 2-3 days ago. They're saying like for Thanos,
Yeah.
because he's getting the Infinity Stones and he's going on this spiritual journey, he as Thanos, he feels he should not be wearing the armor. He needs to challenge himself.
Okay.
And that's one of the ways that he's doing it, by ditching the armor and being more exposed.
So we might see if he starts getting his ass whooped,
Look,
donning the armor.
possibly. The thing is, A, the armor thing doesn't bug me, and B, I actually
that armor looked pretty ridiculous.
I was
Jason.
about to say, when I saw all the footage I've seen of Thanos so far, not in this trailer, in previous MCU films and post-credit scenes and stuff, had me worried because
It's so clunky.
he looked very cartoony, which I know
Very
is a
CGI.
yeah, like he looked
Like, that's
very
what he is, but, like,
cartoony.
yeah.
He looked very like it looked silly,
Yes.
and I think at this point he's still alien, but like a little more human, and
Yeah.
he feels more grounded. And there's that shot where he walks out where he's just sort of like
He's got
looking
that
around,
little-
and it's very expressive. But there's a couple of quick shots of him like like exerting and like really like sort of expressing, and,
Yeah.
and those shots totally sold me on it.
Yeah.
On the redesign,
I mean,
I didn't like. There were a lot of aspects of the that classic shot where he turned and looked and smiled at the camera, and I was
the
like,
first
yo,
iteration.
that don't look good.
Yeah.
None of it really excited me, and this one feels like cool. He doesn't look ridiculous.
And of course, the shot where he's less purple
Yeah.
in the trailer, it's the only like way we see him. That's under a very orange sky. You have to remember that. So he could very well appear more purple in other scenes. It could just be the
I mean,
lighting.
there's actually another shot. The one close up, like we're sort of looking down and scowling. where he does look more purple. And again, like, it's not a deal breaker for me. They take...
Besides,
I'm not saying it's a deal breaker.
but
I'm just saying
remember-
it bothers me just a little bit.
It shouldn't bother you because you remember who they went and made more purple? Apocalypse. And look how that worked out.
That was...
Yeah, but they also went and cast like a 5'6" man to be an 8 tall villain. You know?
Yeah. And they cast like literal man-mountain Josh Brolin as Thanos.
Yeah, I mean, I think Josh Brolin was alright. Cool. I honestly like.
His voice works for me.
I'd be very surprised if their reasoning for making him look more sort of human, like less cartoony, was for the motion capture or performance capture, simply because this is a world where we have Caesar in Planet of the Apes being like one of the best, like most convincing cinematic performances.
Performance capture has. Like it's grown by leaps and bounds since 2012.
Like,
yeah, I think they. I think
that's
they.
a fair point.
I think what we'd probably find is when we watch the film, it's just gonna make sense.
Yeah. It'll like I said, it's bothering me at the moment.
What's your other reservation?
Yes. My other reservation is with it being with what they've shown us in the trailer. I'm just worried they're gonna do the thing that Marvel always does, is that they've got this big villain, but they have the heroes fight a horde of faceless monsters.
That I did notice. Honestly, I will bet you $100 here and now that scene takes place in
the beginning,
in the first 40 minutes of that film.
Yeah, it's going to be the assault on Wakanda with Thanos' Outriders. By the way, those four-armed aliens
to get the last
Outriders.
Yeah.
To get the Soul Stone. That's going to be like in the first half of the movie. It's either going to be the end of Act 1.
That's definitely not the climax.
Yeah. That's definitely not, because there's not enough people there. And
there's not enough people in the charge. Yeah, there's no. They could have just edited them out the same way that they had Thor with 2 eyes in the first trailer for it.
Yeah,
I think they actually edited Hulk in there, but that's just me.
There's all sorts of. There's definitely a whole bunch of misdirection happening.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Like one of the big misdirections.
But the thing is, with there being those foot soldiers there, I'm still worried that it's just going to be faceless hordes, because that's what Marvel has done.
Yes,
time
but
and
still,
time
but
again.
but what's cool about this time, Jason, is it looks kind of like Lord of the Rings because it's an open battlefield. I mean, that's pretty dope.
That's cool, but I want that to be like the sort of the first really big action beat of the film. Yeah. And I want it to be like fucking cool. I want to see how cool Black Panther is.
Look,
I want to see all of them fighting, but then I want like a more personal, high stakes fight for the.
But the Russos will deliver that.
Of course, that's what I keep coming back to.
They misdirected this so hard with Civil War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've got some things that I want to speculate about.
Actually, I was about to ask you to speculate. So speculate on my question first. I've seen a lot of people since Civil War. I've been saying, and everyone's been saying, cool, obviously Vision has one of the Infinity Stones in his head.
Yes, the Mind Stone. We know this, it was confirmed
So
in
for
Age of
Thanos
Ultron.
to get all the Infinity Stones, Vision basically has to die.
Yes.
Then in the... so people have been saying this. So I'm in two minds. Either, yes, Vision dies, they extract the Mind Stone from his head, and he's dead, he's gone. Scarlet Witch, obviously their romance has been built up.
Tragic loss for her. She goes apeshit.
Absolutely apeshit, and like, and that's basically how Thanos
and tries to rage quit Thanos, which would be cool.
Yeah, that would be awesome. And that's kind of how I've seen it playing out for years already. Like that's
they've been setting up the
and the trailer seems to suggest that, because they have that moment between them. You can see they've got this human. He's looking human.
Yeah.
So,
which,
and
if anyone wants to argue, yes, that does happen often in the comics. He does actually have an alternate identity. We can project a human.
Yeah,
appearance.
no, they're not just like some people online were saying lazy. or he obviously is pulling, like, you know, he's throwing his weight around and he didn't want to get all the makeup on every day. Fuck off. Just fuck off.
Like Jennifer Lawrence and Apocalypse.
Yeah, but that's different.
That's different.
She was
I'm sorry.
She was done with the series.
I'm sorry. Like that's where Kevin Feige's hand just comes down and goes, no, bad.
No, that's not where his hand comes down. It's where he opens the drawer, pulls out the contract, and that comes down.
It's just delivered by a lawyer. He snaps his fingers. Okay, so
it comes on a silver tray.
And,
It even comes with a little snack.
and like next to the contract is a photograph of his child sleeping.
Holding a current newspaper.
You're just turning Kevin Feige into Marlon Brando now.
Kevin Feige's awesome. Anyway, so give us more money, Disney. I mean, money. What do you mean? I don't need more money. So anyway, so the trailer seems to be hinting at, or strongly suggesting that it's gonna. I saw a lot of people like, "Oh, what a spoiler! Vision's gonna die." It's like, come on, guys, we've seen this coming for years if you've been paying attention. But could it also maybe be a misdirection? Is there another way
To get the Mind Stone out without
that it
killing
could go down? You guys know the comics better than I do. Is there a precedent for there possibly being another way, or do you possibly see the story playing out in a way where Vision doesn't die?
Look, comics are weird.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bob.
Because
I just had to do
the
that.
thing is, a lot of people say, "Oh, you see the stone being extracted, and then Thanos
No,
putting
you
it in the
see-
gauntlet," but he's not putting
No,
the
he
Mind
puts
Stone in the
Space Stone.
gauntlet.
That's
Yeah.
the Space-
But he's still gonna get the Mind Stone anyway because he's gonna get all of them for the Gauntlet. We knew this was gonna happen.
Do we know that's gonna happen?
Yeah, no, there's no way they would bring the Infinity Gauntlet and not have him put all the stones in it.
Yeah.
Fuck right.
So what do you think there is a way?
There will be a way to. I'm gonna put it to you like this. No, actually, this is how it's gonna play out. Okay, this is gonna sound weird. Vision does die.
Yeah.
They do. Proxima Midnight removes the stone because you don't see her actually removing it, just
Yeah.
stabbing a thing in there to extract the stone.
Yeah.
Vision will die.
Mm-hmm.
But what you have to remember from the comics is that Scarlet Witch has power over reality itself.
Just gonna hex him.
Yeah,
as does like, you know, the Infinity Gauntlet.
yes.
Yeah. So it's basically her versus the Infinity Gauntlet.
What I'm saying is, in her, like, she could theoretically resurrect Vision without him needing the Mind Stone. Or Tony Stark just has a spare mini arc reactor lying around and just tosses it at Vision and it gets absorbed.
Oh god, that would be the cheesiest fucking thing. Imagine like Vision coming up with the fucking arc
But it's
reactor.
on his forehead, like a third eye.
Oh Jesus Christ.
No, they always.
Yeah.
But correct me if I'm wrong, in the comics, Vision does not have the Infinity Stone.
Correct. In the comics, it is a solar battery.
Yeah, but it does make sense within the cinematic universe. That's
is the
how
Mind
it works.
Stone.
Yeah, so I think that, I mean, I'm 90% sure that it's still gonna play out the way I've always thought, which is that Vision dies through the extraction, Scarlet Witch fucking goes mental,
Which would be so cool to
which
see.
would be like badass. She just unleashes her full powers, and that's ultimately how Thanos gets defeated. Then I would be annoyed in retrospect that they showed that in the trailer.
Yeah, I don't think that happens.
Because they didn't fucking show Coulson getting stabbed in the trailer for the Avengers, did they?
No, they did
Yeah.
not.
I mean, that was like the big shocking moment. I mean, Vision
But-
dying would be like.
But the thing is, in the trailer, they've got so many misdirects there because of how many people they show 1v1ing Thanos. You're like, okay, so this is the person that's dying. Oh, no, that's the person that's going to die.
Now, you know Spider-Man won't, obviously, because of
Homecoming 2.
Yeah, Homecoming 2 and all that stuff. And obviously just his whole thing is just that he's going to be he's the first responder.
Yeah.
Because Thanos walks out.
Yeah, but you also got people who are theorizing like, but they've teased Miles Morales, so what if they get Peter Parker out of the picture and get Miles Morales?
They're not gonna.
They won't do that,
They're
but I'm
not
saying
gonna-
you've got people who are
And
thinking like
even
that, so that
if
is a misdirection.
I think
from
And
that
even
gonna
if
be-
they do, if they kill Peter Parker, what you have to remember is Doctor Strange is still in possession of the time gem. He could just go timey-wimey reversey. Oh look, he's not dead. JK.
So where are all the Infinity Stones at the moment?
Okay. The one is with the
Loki.
one is
Loki's obviously got the
Loki's got the
yeah.
Tesseract. The Ether is in the Collector's Collection.
Yeah,
Still
remember
there.
that. I only remembered or realized recently the Grandmaster and the Collector.
Yeah.
They're brothers.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, cool. That sort
Can
of
you
ca-
imagine that
that-
buddy comedy?
That came.
Oh, man.
I was gonna say like that came together at like 2 a.m. Like, oh my god,
That's
I
why
want
they
a
both
scene
have
with
the
the two of
same
them.
line on their
Yeah.
chins.
Yeah.
The Power Stone or the Orb from Guardians of the Galaxy is still in the Nova Core.
Yeah.
Then the
Vision has.
Oh
Vision-
shit! They're gonna kill John C. Riley.
probably.
If they do.
I'm
I mean,
out. Then
they,
I'm out.
they already killed Peter Serafinovich. If they get John C. Reilly as well.
I will literally walk out of the cinema.
I honestly.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, so
If they
Vision
kill
has-
him and a cat at the same time, they kill him and his cat. I'm walking out. Yeah. Telling you now.
Vision. Vision has the Mind Stone.
Yeah.
The fifth one is
Time Stone.
Doctor Strange has the Time Gem.
Yeah.
And then we're theorizing
So
the
he's
Soul Gem is
so
in
he's
Wakanda.
basically gonna have to get it from Strange.
Yeah, he's gonna have to rip it from Strange's neck. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what do you say about the Soul Gem?
We're assuming that's in Wakanda.
no,
Okay.
we're going to assume that's in Wakanda because
It's got to be revealed.
it's
Yeah.
got to be revealed that something. Maybe that's why he can commune with the dead, as we've seen in the first trailer, where he goes into that weird sort of Twilight realm to commune with
Which
his
is
ancestors,
all purpley and whatnot.
which is all purpley and whatnot. So yeah.
It would have been so interesting to do the Cap reveal in Black Panther.
Well,
him
Cap,
hiding
Cap
out.
might still be in Black Panther.
Yeah,
There might still be a
when
cameo
does
reveal.
when does Black Panther play off
Um,
time wise? Do you know?
I'm not
Time-
sure where it fits in. The timeline, actually.
Time wise, we know the timeline is a mess, but if it's going chronologically,
Yeah.
if it's chronologically, it's definitely post. No, it has to be post Civil War because they do his official coronation in the Black Panther fall.
Okay, makes sense.
So yes, Cap is hiding out there, and Bucky is still being a bucksicle.
Ayo.
Well, one thing I wanted to speculate about, or two things
Yeah.
actually. People are freaking out. They're like, why does Tony have an arc reactor on his chest again? He removed it in Iron Man 3. Remember, there's
Oh,
the
yeah,
shot
yeah,
where he's
yeah.
standing in New York and he's got the
Well, he's not
triangular
going to go
one.
and fetch an arc reactor every time he's going to put his suit on.
Well,
Here's the thing.
That's the thing is he either has it implanted or it's part of whatever he's wearing, and that's gonna fucking transform.
Yeah, that's
into
what I'm
it.
saying.
Well, I
It's
think
fucking
the
nano
The hoodie
machines.
is actually part of his.
Because
suit,
remember in
I think.
Civil War he got caught without his suit.
Yeah.
And he only had like the little
glove.
the glove.
Yeah.
And
where
I mean
pulled
he
the
almost got
watch
his
over.
fucking he almost got his ass handed. He's not gonna make that mistake
Yeah,
again.
no,
So,
and
yeah.
looking at in the trailer how sleek the suit is, I am 90% sure. Also because of the fact that nanomachine suits
Yeah.
are being introduced in Black Panther,
Nice.
the new Iron Man suit is just nanomachines, son.
Yeah.
That's why it's got the arc reactor because it
nanomachines,
stores. Because
Oh,
it's
my
like,
atoms.
yeah. I mean, they're not going to go full extremist where it's literally nanomachines inside him.
Yeah.
But they're definitely like in the arc reactor and they're going to spread out.
Yeah, that's going to be the one thing that I've always loved with the MCU with Iron Man is like the cool ways that they're always coming up to introduce the suit.
Just
Like
from number 2 with
the
the
fucking
suitcase. on
The
suitcase.
it.
suitcase reveal was
I literally watched
Badass.
that. I think the third time I went to watch it in the cinema was just to see the suitcase again.
Yeah, just
That
see him
was
putting on that suitcase.
Just yeah, just it was just to go see that again.
Yeah. One thing I also like is I pointed out to you when we were watching the trailer for the
Yeah.
umpteenth time
Sharp eyes.
is that when they're inside the Sanctum Sanctorum
yes.
and the four of them are standing there, you see in Tony's hand is the phone that
Yes.
that Cap sent to him at the end of Civil War,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. I missed that, and I saw a lot of
Yeah, it's
trailer
such a quick
breakdowns. Missed that as
Yeah.
well.
Another thing that I've seen that. Okay, this is maybe. It may be a spoiler, but it might not be. Who
Yeah.
knows?
Who knows?
You see a shot of Bruce Banner, quite obviously in Wakanda, next to the Hulkbuster
Yeah.
arm, right? Now they are.
What's his name again? Go.
Veronica.
Yeah.
Yeah. There is a theory floating around that in those shots where you see the Hulkbuster,
Yeah.
that it's not Tony piloting it, that it's actually Bruce Banner piloting the suit.
Oh, that would in many ways make sense if because of his fear of like, you know, transforming
Yeah,
into the Hulk.
because-
but I mean, we do see shots of the Hulk. I mean, it kind of does make sense, but
But
And,
that's
and
why
we
I'm
already
thinking, that's
know
why I'm
he's the
thinking
Hulk
they,
at present.
yeah,
yeah, but I mean, if I'm gonna say it plays out like this, that's why I said earlier they put the Hulk in that shot because they wanted the big green guy.
yeah.
My thinking is
It's the
that when
Hulkbuster
he's
armor.
yeah, it's going to be the Hulkbuster armor when he falls into the Sanctum Sanctorum. He turns back into Bruce Banner, and either through
Probably from the same space explosion that threw Thor onto the shield of.
the Guardian ship or
Yeah.
something that when he gets there, he is either through some scheming by Thanos or through just pure fear. He can't transform
Get it up, yeah.
into the Hulk. And that's why Tony gives him the Hulkbuster armor.
That would actually make a lot of sense. And I like Wakanda in the background.
Yeah.
It looks awesome.
Wakanda looks great.
I just can't wait.
And I
for
would be
Cap
so
to change from his black I'm no longer part of the America thing
To back-
suit back
into-
to his full color Cap suit. I'm just gonna lose my shit.
Yeah. You should keep the beard though. The beard's fucking awesome.
actually the beard topped social media buzz from the trailer. It was the most talked about thing. Yeah, Cap's beard. Hashtag Cap beard.
Yeah. No, he's definitely gonna shave it, but it would be cool. They
I
gotta
want him
bring.
to keep.
They
He
gotta,
looks
they
so
gotta,
glorious with the
after
beard
he
and the hair.
After he finally retires from the MCU, and then they bring him back 20 years later,
Yeah,
he's gotta have that. He's gotta have like the beard again.
yeah. That's good.
And they find him on an island somewhere, and a young Captain America comes to him for training.
Wait, you're just describing the lost Captain America.
The
That's
last
eno-
Avenger. Bum, bum,
No, it's more
It's a
like
shield.
Just
Shield,
hands him
yeah.
like a,
I think of a shield. Yeah.
Ooh, I wonder what those. Because you see when Cap is running there,
Yeah.
like in that shot, he's got those what look like Wakandan gauntlets on. Like, I want to see what those things do. Do they like spread out into a shield?
The
or-
one thing that I know that I can't wait for is another thing the Russos have done really well so far is cool, just like little moments of tech
Yeah.
that are just so, like Crossbones
Yes.
with his like these sort of punching arm. I don't know
Yeah.
how to describe it, but just that, like
Yeah.
just that, like cocking it and
Yeah.
then. But just little things like that they do so well that they just highlight from it's almost that Edgar Wright kind of, you know, like
Yeah.
just like here is this fucking awesome thing
Notice
for 5
me.
seconds. Yeah, and so I'm pretty sure they're gonna do something super
Yeah.
hype. It's gonna feel. The
That's
sound
gonna be
effects
great.
are gonna be so good.
Also, I really want the. You know what would be really great? Like, just. I don't even care that it's a retread, but I want Bruce Banner, broken and battered, to be standing in front of Thanos. And then, like, as he does in the Avengers, where it's like I'm always angry, and then he punches
Yeah.
the space well. I just want him to say, you know, there's something these other guys know about me that you don't. I'm always angry. And then he walks on and just punches Thanos in the face.
Do you know that actually
That would be a cool callback.
just as obviously like total speculation here, but running with what you're saying about him falling and then sort of the Hulk being inhibited and then him getting the Hulkbuster armor, and then actually being, you know, reduced, like the armor destroyed, him there like almost at the point of death kind of thing,
Yeah.
and then like
yeah, because
hulking out.
remember, the other guy, well, I tried to end it all. It got dark. I put a gun in my mouth. Well,
Yeah.
I put a bullet in my mouth.
Yeah.
The other guy
just
spit it out.
Yeah. So I mean that would be incredible, you know,
Yeah.
like and where Thanos just comes down with like one punch, just like drive Banner into
just-
the guy, and this green hand just comes up, like
And
Well,
then
rather than
you know what I
green
wanted to
hand
say?
coming up, it goes to a wide shot as the punch connects, as you hear the impact,
Yeah.
and you see Thanos flying.
No. I wanted to be like
it's got
the,
Taika Waititi to guest direct this.
No, I really want I want it actually to be the Infinity Gauntlet crashing into the green hand.
Yeah.
And then he just says, Hulk is strongest there is. And pushes him away.
Strongest Avenger.
Welcome, strongest Avenger. I mean, that's the other thing is they've got
They're
this
gonna
whole
do so much fan service, and that's what I want.
but they've got enough characters and they've got enough setup and they've got enough developed characters that they don't have to go for the easy fan service. They don't have to go for the obvious.
Yeah.
They've probably had like hundreds of these discussions exactly like this.
Yeah.
Oh, this would be great.
It was
This would
like
be...
Mjolnir coming
yeah,
back.
yeah, where they could just
Mjolnir's not coming back. I'm convinced
where they could just
it's
have
not.
walls and walls of these ideas,
Yeah.
and they just get to cherry pick and go this one and that one, and it's just they have so
'Cause
many options.
I can see Thor coming back, sans Mjolnir, and someone asking him, "Well, where's your hammer?" And he just goes, "I don't need it," and then he like lights up like a Christmas tree or something, like on a battlefield.
Little star in his head.
But you
And
know,
then something presents at his feet.
and then some shang black character comes around.
oh god, but how good would that be if they just bring Taika Waititi in to just direct that one Thor scene where he goes all like a Thunder God again, and they start playing Immigrant Song again. That would just be so great.
That's the thing is there's so many options they have and so many great things
They've
that would
done
make us freak out.
17 movies before Infinity War hits. 17 movies to pull
And they can
references and callbacks from.
Yeah, and so they don't have to go for the obvious.
Never
They don't
mind
have
the
to go for
source
the cheap.
material.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I've said before, there's one scene from the source material that I really want to see. It's this amazing panel where it's Thanos towering and just everyone is beaten and broken. There's only one man left standing in front of him. That's Captain America. And like Thanos is like, he basically says, "You will die like all the rest." And Cap says, "It doesn't matter. As long as there are men like you, there will be men like me to stand against you." Just like pure.
Or he's just like,
Cap.
I can do this all day.
Oh man, that'll call back at the end of Civil War.
Yeah,
Man.
but that's the thing is, I wouldn't be surprised if they did something like that, because I mean, if you look at that panel that they recreated for Civil War,
Yes.
of Cap and Tony,
Yes.
like that, I mean, just
with the
just
shield and the-
straight out of the book, basically, like straight out of
Chills.
the comic book. It's,
Yeah.
I mean, and like how the camera pans to just like it just goes slow mo, and
Yeah.
they're like, "Here it is."
Notice this.
This is amazing. Look at it.
And the great thing is, unlike like when you and I were talking about Apocalypse before it came out, hoping for that one scene, this time it might actually happen.
Yeah.
Yes. Wait, which one? Which one were we talking about?
When Magneto's busy having the shit kicked out of him, and Apocalypse is like, "You're not even
Oh
trying
yes,
to fight
yes.
back. Like,
Oh,
what
you've got to
even
see.
doing?"
Have you read the comics?
No.
It's brilliant. I just want to segue here because people need to go read this, go seek this out. So, Magneto in the Age of Apocalypse comics, everyone's basically dead except for Magneto and a couple of X-Men.
Right.
Right, and then Magneto is there. He's literally fighting Apocalypse, and Apocalypse is busy beating him into the ground, like to within an inch of his life. And Apocalypse says, like, "What are you doing? You're not even fighting back." Magneto says, "No, because I'm concentrating." And then he just rips Apocalypse to shreds.
It didn't happen.
That would have been
so cool.
That would have been amazing.
so cool. But yeah,
Yeah. But this time, the things we're talking about might actually happen.
I think that's also why the hype. Like, I don't mind sounding like a child when I talk about these films. Like,
No.
I don't mind getting this hype because they've just got a habit of like doing the things I want them to do, but also surprising me with
Yeah.
stuff I didn't know I wanted that they do.
yes,
And they're all about the balance between, like, the film works as its own thing, throwbacks and callbacks to previous films, but then also treats for the guys that have read
yeah,
all the comics, all the like little like Red Wing, you
Yeah.
know, like being a drone.
yeah. Red being that was brilliant.
Like Pat,
Of course, it's a drone.
It's just little things like if you haven't read the comic, you're just like, cool, that's what he's calling it. 'Cause
Yeah.
it looks like a bird basically. But if you read the comic, you're like, I'm special. They love me. You know, Marvel's giving
they
me
did
a
it big on
ol'
me.
They're giving me a big ol' hug.
So on a level of 1 to hype, how-
Infinity, idiot.
Okay, wait. So on a scale of 1 to infinity, how hype are we for Infinity War?
I prefer the joke the way Dion told it.
Just leave that whole section. Yeah, Infinity. Like, there's just other than a Star Wars film, like, there's just nothing else that gets me this hyped.
Yeah. Same.
And on that note, that's going to end it for us this episode. Recommendations. Recommendations for this week. Nothing particularly interesting has come out in local cinemas except for Oscar bait and stuff like that. So my recommendation is going to be just A, get hyped for Star Wars.
Yep.
And B...
2 weeks away!
2 weeks.
Jesus Christ!
Less than 2 weeks.
Less than 2 weeks. Like a week on Thursday, Dion.
Oh shit!
11 days.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! I'm not ready.
I am not ready.
I did. In my mind, it was still like a month or two at least. Oh fuck, son! I'm sweating. I'm fucking sweating.
I've got the vapors.
Oh, it's
So
real.
on that note,
I'm so
get
scared.
hyped for that, and just
That was
Justice
a
League
good
needs your help,
demonstration
man.
of how to do
yeah,
exactly that.
Exactly. What Dion just did, do that, but in private.
and just for the next 11 days.
Will be like just over a week for our listeners.
Yeah, it's true.
Ooh,
my
good
God.
thing about Star Wars. Sorry, I'm
A
interjecting.
good thing about Star Wars.
Good thing
I'd love
about
to
Star
hear
Wars.
this.
The review embargo drops on the 12th only, so we won't be having to
Wow.
dodge reviews for like a week and a half before it's out.
That's cool.
That is cool.
Luckily, it comes out here on the 14th. So.
Yes, that's
Ah.
2 days. It's 2 days of not going on the
The
internet.
2 days
I
of
think I can
literally,
manage.
I'm literally disconnecting my routers.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going to be disappointed at all if our episode next week has like low viewership, because I know people are just like, nope, no internet for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Woo!
Anyway,
But yeah, so get hyped for Star Wars and just help Justice League, guys. They really need your help.
this billion-dollar company really needs your help.
Well,
This is
no,
the-
what really needs your help is the people who actually enjoy the movie. You know?
You enjoy it, and like I'd rather like Batman v Superman. I was always like, people don't reward them; they deserve to be punished. Don't go watch that anymore. I know I was part of the problem there, but you know, don't watch it. Justice League, it's like they're trying. Your friend is trying to get off meth. He got himself a job. He still smells like cat pee, but just help the guy out. You know, make him a sandwich.
Exactly.
Go watch Justice League.
He
He's
can't
trying.
save himself on his own, so help
Yeah.
him out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess that's my
So we're begging on.
plea.
Yeah.
All right, Dion, your home release.
Kingsman Golden Circle.
I hear you really like that one.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It wasn't as good as the first one, but it was basically more of the same. Little bit of a different flavor. But yeah, really good. Really a fun time.
Plus, Channing Tatum is just delightful.
Get it? I mean, it's a no-brainer, really. You probably watched it at the cinema like everyone else. So, you know, watch it again. Have
Yeah.
some fun.
Cool. And on streaming?
Streaming, Netflix specifically, I pissed off at myself because I missed it when it came out 2 weeks ago. A documentary. Jim and Andy, The Great Beyond.
Continue.
It's a documentary about the making of Man on the Moon
When was the documentary made?
recently. From footage that was locked up since filming.
Okay.
So
good.
it's set up, the way it's set up is a current day interview with Jim Carrey with the footage showing like what actually happened behind the scenes.
God, I would have been so much more excited for that a year ago. Before Jim Carrey goes on the most predictable, like...
Midlife crisis?
No. It's like, this is literally a PR company going like, okay, there's a storm brewing, there's these accusations against you, you bankrolled the anti-vax movement, basically, out of your fucking pocket for a while.
You're
There's
almost single-handedly responsible for the return of polio.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, you can literally trace it back to his fucking pocketbook. There were all these accusations floating around Hollywood, like, stuff was also starting to heat up. It's like, okay, cool, what do? Grow a god beard, talk about how animals are right and humans are actually savages, look really sagely for a couple of years, you'll go quiet, and then you can make your comeback. Talk about how bad money is. Just talk about how, like, bad money. Don't give any
Just
of yours
Mel
away.
Gibson it.
But
just
talk about how bad money is, and like, here's 50,000. Just talk about how bad money is.
yeah, and here's our invoice.
regardless
So
of...
sorry, I saw that. I watched a trailer for it. I watched on Netflix like the little preview thing, and I almost threw up because I cannot handle how transparently Jim Carrey's current persona has been scripted and has been created by his PR company. Like, I can't handle that. It would be super fascinating. I want to see the archive footage.
Yeah. No, the archive footage is, like, regardless of what your thoughts are of Jim Carrey at this point in
I
time.
can tell you what mine are, but you can't guess.
You already did.
Oh, shit,
But
yeah.
watching that archived footage is fascinating. In fact, if you can't stand Jim Carrey, you can just literally sit there and fast forward through the like interview bits because there's hardly any like voiceover over the footage. It's literally just the footage, and like where you see how the director tries to deal with, you know, Jim Carrey being Andy Kaufman and being what was the other, Tony Collette. Like just how method he went and how much. What's really fascinating was there's this sequence where they show Andy's family meeting Jim as Andy, and like just bursting out into tears because to them it's as if Andy's back.
Jeez.
Like he nailed it that well. So it's a fascinating documentary from that aspect.
Netflix should actually another function they have like where you can skip the intro.
They should have the
just
skip Jim Carrey function.
Just skip current Jim Carrey.
And if you're not into documentaries, you could also just watch Mudbound, which is a Western series focusing on a town populated and run by women.
That's godless.
Godless, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was about to say
what
like,
else is
Like-
I was about to say like this sounds a lot like the show Martina's been watching. Wow, what a ripoff.
Oh, did I say Mudbound?
Yeah.
Shit. Mudbound, Godless.
It's godless.
It's Godless. My apologies. Wait. If you're into Westerns, you can watch Godless.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, wow, geez, they're really making a lot of these now.
No, Mudbound's their Oscar bait movie. It's been
yeah.
on my mind because I watched it recently. It's really
Oh,
good.
I forgot. Sorry, I was ripping on Jim Carrey, and in fairness, I didn't give him his full due. He also wrote like some of the most transphobic scenes ever put to film in Ace Ventura. I forgot about that. Sorry, I
But
forgot
that
to
was
give.
old Jim
I
Carrey that you loved, Dion.
I forgot to give him his full due.
He was 12, okay? Jim Carrey and Dion were both 12 when they wrote that. And that's it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Plugs. Dion, anything you want to plug?
Yeah, just my Twitter. I'm a safe person to add because I never tweet. So, you know, your feed won't be filled up with a whole bunch of tweets because I think that's the worst thing about Twitter.
It's
I like
all the tweets.
I like everything else about it.
But all those
I just
tweets
don't like
just
all these tweets.
Tweets are really ruining Twitter, though.
Yeah, they definitely.
Especially now that they upped the character limit.
Yeah, now it's even longer tweets, and
Yeah.
just, like, you have to read them and scroll through them. So you can follow
It's
me.
becoming like Facebook.
Yeah, at Dion van Heerden 1.
Why Dion van Heerden 1?
Oh, because I felt that it better represented me and my place in the world at the time. Like, animals are just, they're the real humans. And
Okay,
we're
I'm
the-
sick of this. Marcus.
You can follow my Twitter at Viking of Science. You can also follow my YouTube channel's Twitter at Escape from Mount Backlog. I also have that YouTube channel. It's actually still running. Believe it or not, I'm sticking with it.
Heyo.
It's December, so it's a time for giving. So I'm highlighting games that I had received as gifts. So not spawns, but kind of spawns because I got them from friends.
Yeah.
So, it's a gift. It's a month about giving, and you're spending it talking about receiving.
I'm talking about I am giving the people my reaction on games that I have been given.
Amazing.
Last week I did Sonic Mania, which is great if you're a fan of Sonic. This week,
Hooray.
I'm just gonna plug it because if you've been following me on social media, it's the only thing I've been talking about. Neo, coming this Friday.
God, I love that game.
God, I love that game.
That's a really good game.
Dion, you haven't played it.
It's the Matrix one, right?
Yes, Path of Neo.
Yeah, that's such a
That's what I'm referring to.
It's really good.
Okay, you can follow me at JMusicanth on Twitter, or you can follow us everywhere at CineBeards. That's gonna do it for us.
Bye.
Crabby time.
Bye.
Crabbies.